Hey everyone, this is Tim Jennette, the Metal Meeple, and in this video we're taking a look at a game called Konexi. It came out in 2010 by Zimzala Games. It was designed by, I guess, Forrest-Pruzan Creative. I guess his name's Forrest-Pruzan, and the creative part's his name of his company. I don't really know. It's not credited in the book, so I got this off Board Game Geek. It's for 2 to 4 players. Doesn't say how long it takes, but through experience, probably 30 to 45 minutes if you play with a full 4 players or whatever. And essentially, it comes in a really dumb box. I don't like this box at all because it doesn't really fit on shelves and stuff, but it is kind of neat. I mean, it stacks on the table, whatever. Anyway, you've got all these 3-dimensional letters, one for each letter of the alphabet, and you're trying to stack them on this like tower to make this like branching tree branch thing. And you get points if you spell words. The words don't have to be in order, you know, so if you spell car and you put down the R and then there's an A and then a C, you can spell car, even though it's correct backwards, but you see what I'm saying. RCA, you can spell car. You get points. First to 20 points wins. If you knock stuff over, you get negative points. So it's probably best to show you, so let me show you and we'll come back and I'll tell you what I think. So here we have the setup for Konexi. You have 26 letters of the alphabet that you're going to arrange into a circle. Each letter is this hefty plastic here. I mean, they're pretty thick. They've got all these little notches, which you're going to use to stack on top of each other. You have this little marker, which is going to start at a random position. So we're going to just start it here, in between 2 letters. Then you have this die. The die has a 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, and in any letter. The idea is you're trying to play for 20 points, and the way you get points is to build the tower of letters. So let's show you. On your turn, you're going to roll this die. Whatever number it shows, in this case 2, we're going to take the marker and you're going to move it 2 spaces clockwise around the board. Let's just say it landed, you know, it was here and it landed 1, 2. You pick the 2 letters next to it, so either the M or the Z. In this case, we're going to choose M. Normally it's good if you're the first player to go to put the heftiest letter in the middle of the table. Now, on any other player's turn, or the next player's turn is going to go, roll, you got 5. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now you have the V and the N. Let's say he goes with the N. Now, when he chooses this letter, he must put it on top of this, or connect it to the M, but this can't touch the ground. Only the first letter can touch the ground. In addition to that, you also have to notch it in place. So in this case, I can put it like this, and we're good to go. It's going to keep going around the table. Now, eventually, you're going to be able to spell a word. This is how you get points. If you put an A, say the next player goes and he rolls and he gets an A. He puts an A, say he puts it like this. Now, you're thinking, how did he spell a word? I'm spelling the word man. The letter you placed and traced connecting to any letter that you can without using the same letter twice, you can spell a word. So it doesn't have to be in order. So M-A-N, and they're all connected between each other. The reason that matters is because sometimes you can't, you know, if there's a letter up here, you can't spell a word that you place over here and then add this letter all the way over here or whatever. So, but the point is, as long as they're all touching in one continuous line of connections, you can spell a word. You get 1 point for every letter that you include. So in this case, it's a 3 points word. And then the next player is going to go. Eventually, somebody's going to not be so fortunate and knock over the tower, or they're going to drop the letter they're placing. In that case, the round will end. That player suffers negative 3 points, and then you go and reset up the game. So you place all the letters at random around the board, you place this somewhere, and then the next player who would go rolls the die and starts a new round. Sometimes you'll get any letter. You can place it in between any 2 letters you want and then take one of those 2 letters. So we got W. They don't have to be upright. You could do it like that. And then you just keep going around the board until somebody scores 20 points and they are the winner of the game. Now, this is a game that we actually found in a thrift store long ago, and we were like, you know what, let's try it out, whatever. We really liked it. We've played it dozens of times. I mean, the game's really fast and really fun. It's probably better with like 3 or 4 players. 2 players is kind of back and forth, and I guess that's fun, but we find it more enjoyable with more players. And it's pretty interesting because and you start getting this crazy, you don't even understand how the letters are stacking and making this crazy tree branch thing. It looks like a dead tree, just letters everywhere. And then somebody knocks it all over, or somebody knocks the table and they get negative points that way. But really fun game. I'm not too much into word games, or actually like Jenga style games, but this kind of does both and does it really well. I think it's one of those hidden gems of thrift stores, you know, but I think you can still get it online or whatever. I don't know if it's still in stores, but it's definitely a game I would seek out if it looks interesting to you. There's a heavy dexterity aspect to it, and honestly, the spelling of words thing is a little complicated because, you know, there's only one of each letter, so the problem is there's like a list of words that's possible with this game, and if players have played like Words with Friends or games like that on the phone, they're going to start spelling these really odd words that you're like, that is not a word. I don't know what that means. Just because your phone says it is in another game, whatever. But, you know, there's going to be slight arguments like that. However, most words are pretty obvious. And but you're going to see a lot of repeated words through plays, and once players kind of get those words down, it makes it a little bit easier. Anyway, it's just a great game. I think it's, you know, it's not like amazing by any means, but it's definitely fun. It's a quick filler. It's hilarious, and it looks crazy. I mean, people walk by and they're like, what are you playing? This is like a crazy mess of words just hanging in the air. So very cool to bust this out, probably at like game stores or conventions and stuff. And it's a really good family game. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at timjennette@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at the handle below. And until next time, keep on rocking and rolling dice.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at coolstuffinc.com.